Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about the few different ways you can farm legendary orcs in Shadow of War. Now, there's honestly a number of ways to farm legendary orcs in Shadow of War. There's plenty. I've seen a couple YouTube videos of people discussing this, but I've seen a lot of videos, and honestly, the ways they discuss aren't that efficient. And I want to be giving, at the very least, 3 efficient ways that I've been grinding to get legendary orcs. Like right now, I have probably like 20 legendary orcs in my garrison, and I'm going to be talking about, the good ways I found to get legendary orcs. Now, just moving on from all that, the first way I found getting legendary orcs is honestly really useful is overlord pit fights. Now, most YouTubers would probably say, just do champion pit fights because there's a high chance they'll spawn on legendary orcs, but there's not a 100% chance. So, like, you'll probably be waiting forever to find that legendary orc and then put in one of your fodder orcs to just die to him and get him. It's a good method, but it's not that efficient. Same thing goes with online vendettas. A lot of people say online vendettas is a good way to get legendary orcs, but problem with online vendettas is either sometimes the orc could be a higher level than you, which can pose a problem unless you're level 80, or the orc will not even be legendary. Like, there's a chance the orc won't be legendary. It's not guaranteed. But yeah, I found that overlord fight pits may not be the best method, but is definitely a great method into getting legendary orcs, because after every single overlord fight pit, if you win, you get a crate, and after you get 5 wins, you can get you can start getting legendary golden crates, and it will stack up. So after the 5 wins, every time you get another win, you'll get another legendary crate, which is great because those carry like 5 items, and there's a high chance of getting a legendary card from that, and you can use that legendary card to make any orc of you choosing legendary. So yeah, that's good. Also, another thing you can do with the overload fight pits is you can take one of your common strong orcs. Let's say you have a common orc with like 4 or 5 immunities, pretty good for their pits. You can put them in the overload position, put them in the fight pit, and if you get lucky, you'll win 5 times and he'll get promoted to legendary. And there's no risk of doing this either, because if your orc does die in the overload fight pits, you can just close your application. Like, I know that's a little bit cheese, and some people might technically consider that cheating, and some people might not want to do that, but it's a method out there with no risk. You can farm crates, and this way you can farm not only Miriam, but because your overlord's killing other orcs, but you can farm XP for your orcs, farm legendary orcs with this, or just farm crates to get legendary cards. But yeah, that's the first method. Moving on to the next. Now, the next method I tend to use to farm legendary orcs is honestly a pretty simple and repetitive, enjoyable method, and I like to call it the Wipeout Method. Now, this method is pretty self-explanatory. Really, all you have to do is save one region filled with orcs and whatnot, and keep killing them over and over and over again. Now, let me explain. So basically, there's regions around the map, and your goal is to conquer that region, conquer the overlord position, put in your overlord and whatnot. My opinion for this method is just to eliminate all the orcs, but not recruit any. Yeah, you can take over the fortress and like put your overlord and your war chiefs and stuff like that, but leave all the orcs in the captain slots filled, like not filled in. So what this would do is you will be able to infinitely spawn in procedurally generated orcs, and this will give a chance to drop procedurally generated legendary orcs. Because what you're doing is, since you're not recruiting any of these orcs, you can just keep killing them, and it'll keep respawning them, and you'll basically have an unlimited supply of orcs. Because you know how you can go to different territories and find procedurally generated orcs, and some are epic, some are legendary. Yeah. After you wipe out that whole entire region, they'll just respawn over and over and over again. So what I like to do is, I like to do a little multitasking here. I like to recruit all the orcs in the region. I'll like to recruit all the ones that I don't care about, like all the average, low-grade orcs I don't really care about, and send all the legendary and other orcs I do care about to the garrison, so I can use later for other regions or other purposes. And I like to take all those orcs I don't care about and just farm online conquest with them, because those orcs will basically act as my filler cannon fodder orcs, so I can farm online conquest so I can get more legendary orcs and a crap ton of XP and a crap ton of Miriam and items. This is a great method because, you know, online conquest is pretty not tempting to do, if I'm being honest, because, you know, we all think that, you know, we got to put on our high power orcs and risk them dying. But no, what I do is I put in orcs I don't care about, but are just strong enough to at least, you know, do something, at least a good level on par with mines, and I'll fight with them. And, you know, if they die, you know, they die, I can always get more. And if they don't, great. You could just keep farming online conquest with those orcs you don't care about and get a lot of XP, Miriam, and potentially legendary orcs, because in other people's worlds there's legendary orcs. So yeah, that's another method you can use to get legendary orcs, and it's honestly one of the better methods. It's just extremely repetitive. What I like to do is after I farmed my online conquest with my cannon fodder orcs, I would just set them all up to pit fight each other. Like, set all your friendly orcs captains to pit fight each other, let them kill each other, the rest are alive, kill them if you have to, and then the region will respawn with entirely new procedurally generated orcs, and there's a high chance that it will spawn in like 2 or 3 legendary procedurally generated orcs, and then you can just reset the whole process, getting the legendary orcs, putting them in your garrison, recruiting all the orcs you don't care about, farming online conquest for a little bit, so you can get more legendary orcs from, you know, recruiting them from other people's fortresses, and even getting some crates in the process, which would give you the chance to get legendary card orders, and, you know, kill all of your captain friendly orcs again, you know, restart the process. It's pretty simple. But yeah, moving on to our third method, which is basically the second one. Now, our last and final method is actually what you saw, you know, me doing basically the entire time, is the online conquest method. Now, this one's pretty easy, self-explanatory. I basically explained it. All you have to do is, you know, get a bunch of orcs and do a bunch of online conquests. And, you know, while you're doing online conquests, other players might have put some of their legendary orcs, or 90% chance their overlord as a legendary, so you could just do online conquests and break those orcs and recruit them. And after you're finished with your online conquest, not only will you get a crap ton of items, Miriam, and XP, but you'll also be getting legendary orcs in the process, and you'll also be getting crates that you can use and possibly get legendary cards, so you can make whatever orc you want legendary. But yeah, those are all the 3 methods I've used to get legendary orcs. It's honestly helped a lot. You can do online vendettas or champion pit fights if you want. Those are also good methods. These are just my personal opinions on the methods I like to do, rather than just trying to farm champion pit fights or, you know, online vendettas. In my opinion, online conquest is probably the best way to get legendary orcs, because you could just farm online conquest and go to other people's worlds and recruit their legendary orcs, instead of just mindlessly resetting the region and getting more and more legendary orcs. But yeah, that is it.